Alright, welcome to the last training video of the 2018 season. We're going to wrap it up with the 2018 7A game between Milton and Colquitt County. A lot of plays to look at, so we'll get straight to it. We're going to watch number 3 here, this running back. We're going to watch him for a hold. See right there, it's not much. Just like a little quick grab, but it's at the point of attack. It frees up, it is a grab and restrict, and it frees up the other runner. And you can see after this hold, he's going to gain about probably about 5 more yards. So it is a pretty significant hold. It's not much, it's just enough, but it is enough of a grab and restrict to take that linebacker out of position where he could have made a tackle. We're going to look at and anytime we have a double team, we're looking right there, our threshold of hold is a little bit higher than normal. But if it meets the standards of a hold, it's still a hold. So right here, it becomes a double team, but you still got this takedown hold that has nothing to do with a double team. I mean, he's just going to wrap him up by the waist and take him down. And it definitely frees up the quarterback for a couple more seconds to make a throw. So we miss a hold there that we probably should have got. You can see from the wide angle, he's kind of just going to wrap him up around the waist and just take him down. So even though you have a double team, you still have the standards of a hold on that one. This one, I don't see much of a hold here. I believe it's probably going to be on this. It's just not significant. It doesn't really slow him down any. He still makes the tackle. There's no real significance on this play. So we would probably let go of a hold there. Hopefully this official wasn't coached into this. It's just easy to get coached into these, but probably should have let that one go. I'll watch this wing back right here. I would not qualify this as a hold. And it wasn't called. It's just something to look at. You see, the defender was already on. He was already around him, kind of already on his way down. I don't think the contact by the blocker had any significance. What would rise to a hold there. So, good job passing on that. Let's look at a good, correct call for a catch and fumble. This is going to be about as clear cut as you can get for catch and fumble. He has secured possession. He has possession. He has control of the ball, control of his body. And then the ball comes out. So good job there of correctly calling this a catch and fumble. Job by the crew there. We're going to call an eligible downfield for this. I think we're a little too technical. Looks like we're snapping at the 20. When the ball is released, he's kind of right at 3 yards. So if this is 3 yards, and he's right there, and he's engaged. He's not really trying to go downfield. Remember, it's where you are when the ball is released. He's right at 3 yards. Probably let that one go. When we look at the other one, I think we called the previous one, but we didn't call this one. And I think you kind of got the same, it was really about the same. So I think if you're going to call that one, you got to call this one. So it's just a little consistency on that one. But, we want to be strict about eligible downfield. We don't want to be too technical on it. Let's look at a couple of DPIs and a hold. This one should probably have been a defensive hold. It's going to be this inside receiver right here. So let's talk about crew of 7 mechanics on this real quick. Remember, this is your headline judge. This is going to be your line judge. Remember, games in the bins were kind of switched. The camera is going to be showing the line judge and your field judge. So your headline judge is down here. Line judge up there. This is where the hold happens. So your back judge. So you're going to have field judge, line judge, side judge, headline judge. Your back judge is kind of watching this guy out here. But you're going to go in the zones real quick. Now this becomes your back judge key. Let's see where the hold happens. It's going to be in the middle of the field. So it's technically headline judge's key, but middle of the field, back judge, you probably pick up on that. But it is, quarterback's looking right at him when this happens. So probably should have picked that. We probably should have called that as a defensive hold. No problem. We should have called a defensive hold. All right, let's look at an example of offensive pass interference. And offensive pass interference, you want it to be obvious that the receiver is making the pick. There's a couple of things we can look at to see if it's obvious. I think this one's pretty obvious that this is a design pick, because he's not running a route at all. He's sort of, if you watch this inside receiver, he's sort of seeking out this linebacker. And when he's engaged, he makes no attempt to disengage and run the route. So I think this is a designed offensive pass interference play. And I know we want to make sure it's offensive pass interference before we throw it, but I think that's one we definitely should have thrown. I mean, there's just indicators where I think it was obvious. Alright, this is defensive pass interference, so we miss it. Headline judge's key. It's probably easier to see from this angle than what the headline judge had to work with. But you can see the obvious push in the back. I don't think this is just they tripped up their feet. Where the headline judge is looking, he probably just see it as a tripped up feet. But from this angle, you can see he gets his hands in the back and pushes them. Let's look here. So this is one I can't fault the headline judge for not calling this one, because from that angle, and it looks like they just tripped up their feet from where he would be looking. So when you see that back, that side angle, that you can see the hands go out. Wouldn't be the bad judge's call, because he's got a matchup in here. Side judge got this matchup, so it's a hard one to see. Maybe if you peek over and see the whole thing. At the last minute, maybe you can throw it, but that's a tough one. All right, look at some mechanics. Line guys, try to hold that line. So you see the headline judge already coming onto the field. Let's stay on that line. Even though this is between the referee and the line judge, headline judge still stay on this line just in case something happens. You can be there. In case a referee misses something, you're there to back him up. And so let's stay on the goal line until it's caught and he's moving upfield. And also, we don't want to be on the field like this. If you're going to leave the goal line, stay off the field on the sideline. Let's go to the side angles. We want to look at the spot. Our spot's going to be off by a couple of yards. Let's see. We should have given him where he caught the ball, which would have been the 16. and the tackle is going to take him a couple of yards back, and that's where we spot it. So, and you can see the headline judge, he's kind of got him on the 12, and then we kind of, or the, would that be the 17? Line judge is going to get him on the 18, so we're a yard off. Actually, we should have given him the 16-yard line. Okay, we have a field goal inside the 20-yard line. So on a crew of 7, block field goal mechanics, the wings are going to have the spot goal line to goal line. You can see you got the deep guy coming up here. And that's not the mechanic. For good job right there, referee backpedaling. Good job. But the wing is going to have this spot. So we want the wing marking that goal line to goal line. All right. So wing, you would grab that and mark it instead of the deep coming all the way up. And that's inside the 20. When the field goal happens from inside the 20. Let's look at this from the wide. We're gonna stay on the goal line judge. Just stay on the goal line. There's no reason to get off of it, because if it goes past you, then it's dead. So stay on the goal line on the kick in the end zone. Taking a look at a spot. We could probably give this runner, ball carrier, another yard, because it's where the ball is when he's down. So I don't think he's down to right there. So we could probably give him another yard instead of where we gave him. You know, we want to give these guys every yard they earn. So I think we could give him another one there. So we have a snap at the 7. So line judge, just go ahead and snap and make it to the goal line instead of coming down like that. See the headline judge already at the goal line looking in. Line judge, we should be at the goal line too. So, like I said, we're at the 7. So at the snap, wings go to the goal line, especially since our deeps are at the pylons by now. We're going to have a good call here for illegal formation. As you can see, the tight end, he way off the line there. Even though you don't have it right on the line, you can still see that he's off the line there. It's a good call for illegal formation. Same play. And in 2019, this is going to be easier because you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's off the line, so he needs to get up on the line. So you have the 4 in the backfield. So again, good call for legal formation. And again, like I said, in 2019, this is going to be a lot easier to call because he's considered in the backfield. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and flag it. It's a good job here of going ahead and grabbing the illegal, making this an illegal shift, and not letting them bail themselves out on a timeout. I mean, if the timeout happens before the shift happens, then yeah. But again, so good job. Go ahead and get in the illegal shift, and not trying to bail the offense out with the timeout. We're going to miss a false start on number 6. So, this up back right here. Just a tad too soon. So, It's slight, but it's still there. So it should have had a false start. And we're going to miss here. No, we're not going to miss it. We're going to get a good call on encroachment by the kicking team. So when foot hits leather, he's got 1 foot down over restraining line. So good job there on getting that. So not a great spot here. The runner's going to be down at the 43 and then kind of bounce to the 22. He's good there, and then he bounces. Kind of bounces. And we're gonna give him the 42. The line judge has a better angle than the headline judge, so probably yield that to the line judge. So yeah, just kind of watch out for that. Maybe it shows up better on this one, because he's gonna be, like I said, he's gonna be down there, and then he gives himself a little bounce for an extra yard, and that's when we gave him the extra yard. So we want to give them every yard they earn, but something like that, you can give them a little too much. All right, this is kind of a big call here, and it's also a big miss. This is nowhere near targeting. We're going to call it targeting, but it's not. Because targeting was the call, and this is just not. You can see from there, it looks like we're going to shoulder the chest. We have a good angle at it, so I'm not sure why we missed it. And it's not that's not a late hit out of bounds, because he wasn't out of bounds when the hit occurred. If he was, he had just stepped out, so he's still in bounds there. Now he's out, but I mean that hit happens so fast after he steps out. So you can see, it's. I mean that's shoulder to chest. Head doesn't bounce back or anything. So not a very good call for targeting. That's just a clean hit. I don't know if this shows us anything differently. Not really. I mean, from there I can kind of see where you might think it's a targeting, but we got a good view and we're looking right there. So I mean, we should have seen that a little bit better. Like I said, again, there's no head bounce back, and there's no indicator at all for anything targeting. So on this formation, R, you just need to be a little bit wider, maybe all the way to the numbers. See a little bit better here. It's just, formation like that, just step out here a little bit wider so we get a better angle there. All right, on this, the ball is snapped, and this one and the next one. When the ball is snapped, umpire is still walking back into position. This is moving into 2019 with the 40-second clock, and the way the umpire is going to have to hold the ball, since we don't have the iron cross mechanic that they have in NCAA. Umpires, you're really going to have to hustle pre-snap. You're not going to be able to be walking back. So, just the way we're going to run the mechanic, umpires, you're really going to have to hustle into your position. So just kind of want to point that out here, just so we're knowing, moving into 2019 with a 40-second clock and everything, the way the mechanic's going to go for the umpire, really going to need you hustling back into your position pre-snap. And we'll talk more about that when in the camps and as we do training for 2019. Also, speaking of 2019, 2018, when this play happens, this is not a horse collar tackle at all. However, moving into 2019, this is a horse collar tackle. So we'll talk about 2018 first. The reason this is not a horse collar tackle, he grabs him by the jersey. He does not grab the inside of the shoulder pad and pull him down. That's completely by the jersey. So 2018, this is legal. 2019 though, even though we haven't seen the exact wording, all indications point toward this will be illegal in 2019. The way it's looking like it's going to happen. So, just keep that in mind. Moving into, so you can't want to harp on too much here. In 2018, this was not the right call. I'll say that, but it's just one of those things. As we review it, 2019. This will be a horse collar tackle, and when we get the wording from Fed, we'll talk more about it in horse collars. But just kind of keep in your mind as you think about 2019, this is kind of what they're looking at. Over here, we're gonna miss a face mask. It's hard to see. But the referee probably should have got a good look at it. No, it's not much, but you can see the head go down, the hand on the face mask. Probably a 5-yarder, but it's still 5 yards. So it's slight, but still something to look at. Look at the right guard. I think this should have been a block below the waist. I can see a case being made to where maybe he slipped. That looks pretty deliberate to me. So, I think we got a missed block below the waist there. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the 7A game. It's going to wrap it up for 2018. Thanks for watching this season. We're going to take a couple of weeks off from some training tapes, and then we'll get back and looking at some stuff for 2019. All right, so see you in a few weeks.